All right, it's another beautiful day out here in Boca Raton, and we are about to do some tours of rental properties here in Boca Raton. So if you're thinking about moving here and you're not sure about buying yet, we're actually going to be touring and showing some properties that are available right now to rent. I'm actually at one of my favorite meeting spots right here at Ichiyami, one of the best all-you-can-eat sushi places here in Boca. So stay tuned. We're going to do multiple tours, multiple locations, so you get to see what is it like at the actual rental property prices and what type of quality you get here in Boca Raton. So enjoy this video and our walkthrough on this beautiful day. Take care. All right, so for this part of the video, I want to do something slightly different than I normally do in other videos. For this particular time, I actually have clients with me. They're videoing, I'm videoing, and I don't want to show them because, you know, they're clients. But just to get a general idea of where are we looking at. So I'm working with some clients who are very particular. They're coming from a very walkable area. And if you're like these clients, you're coming from the Northeast, you're coming from a larger city, you're coming from Europe, and you're used to a very walkable area where you can go to restaurants, bars, theaters, things to do, have amenities around you. And they wanted to be kind of in the heart of Boca Raton. They didn't really know the area that well yet. And they also want to be kind of close to the beach. And where I'm at Ichiyami, where you see the beginning part of this video, is right over here. So I'm right here in Ichiyami. It's going to be about a 10-15 minute walk, not a drive, a walk to the actual beach. So it's very close to the beach. If you don't know anything about Boca Raton, the Ichiyami little area is just full of restaurants. So it's full of Spanish restaurants, Japanese restaurants, multiple Japanese restaurants, Italian restaurants, French restaurants, bakeries, cafes, whatever you want. You can easily walk from many of these locations we're about to talk about to this location. If you need a dog salon, if you need tutoring, if you need a jewelry store, pretty much most things that you need if you're coming from a larger city, you can kind of get right here. This is an amazing location. So we toured regular commercially owned apartments. We also toured privately owned condos. It's something I could do for you. If you didn't know, I'm a real estate agent as well. And if you need help finding a rental, I can definitely help you with that as well, trying to point you in the right direction, because moving can be stressful, especially if you don't know the area. Even with the rentals, can't, show on video. I didn't have permission from the owner. They're currently out of the country and they weren't able to grant me permission for this particular video, but we did tour a property in Palmetto Place, and it's just north of Ichiyami. Again, the best all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant here in Boca Raton. And we toured this unit. It's about $4,700 around that price point per month, and it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Had an oversized balcony. It overlooked a cafe that was very nice. That's one of the great things about this area. There's cafes everywhere. It's in a great location. The amenities are great. It has a great pool. Got plenty of sunlight. We're going to talk about that later because we're going to be talking about my favorite place to rent in the area currently. If you're looking for an area that's very walkable, centrally located to everything, the city part of Boca Raton, we're going to talk about that towards the end of the video, but it does have one particular problem that we're going to talk about in the video as well, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But Palmetto Place has some very strict pet policies, so if you have an animal, this may not be the best place for you because they won't really budge from that. Some of the reviews that you can see online, they do have valet parking at this location. This can be great if you just want to have one car and you're going to park and barely use it, but some of the people who currently live there are actively complaining they don't have enough parking places inside the units for the current residents. So this could be an issue. The building was built in the early 2000s, so it's a little bit more up to date with hurricane codes. It's more quiet inside of the building compared to the one that we're going to be talking about directly next. So it's not a bad building. You just don't have that many options. You're looking at high $3,000 for some 1-bedrooms, and it just goes up from there up to like $11,000 to $15,000 for a penthouse. And it's really going to depend on what view you kind of get in this building. Again, it's an amazing location. If you're worried about the location you're going to be, it's going to be very hard to pick a wrong spot in here if this is the area you want to be, but there's some much better opportunities for you. So we're going to be talking about some apartments that I will be able to show you actual videos inside. And again, I want to talk about the area so you can always see by yourself
What do these places look like perfectly on these websites? This apartment complex right here, Mizner Park Apartments. It's run by a company called Gables. It is a company that has apartments throughout the entire Boca Raton area and throughout South Florida in general. So you are able to get apartments much more affordable than other places in Boca. The location's great. I would say there's actually two sides of this apartment complex. So if you can see in the photos, you're going to see in the videos here pretty shortly, they do have townhomes. I have a video of the townhome. When you see the townhome, you're going to know it's the townhome. It is awkwardly videoed because it's awkwardly laid out. So as you see right here on the screen, there is a front door. When you open this door, you have two options. You go up or down. If you go up, you're going to go into the main living area with a kitchen. And this is where you spend most of your time with family, friends, whatever. And then you can go up one more floor to the third floor. And this is where you enter a very large master bedroom with like a cathedral style ceiling with a very awkwardly placed dual vanity sink inside of the bedroom with no like divider, no wall, a decent sized walk-in closet, a nice sized bathroom. And then if you go all the way back down to where this door is, you can go down. That would be your option. And you're going to be greeted with another bedroom, but a very thin wood door that opens up to a garage, a one car garage. And you can use that to park your car with some storage on the sides. And then the garage opens up into a parking garage. That's an echo chamber that goes into the garage, that goes into the bottom floor. So it's something to take in consideration of this particular townhome. Again, you may have no problem with the sound. I just can only imagine how loud it can get from a parking garage into the garage into the bottom bedroom. So take that in consideration. You're going to see multiple units in this apartment complex. And again, there's two sides of this building. So you have one side that faces Mizner Park that can be very loud. Not loud all night. It's not Miami. It's not Fort Lauderdale. It's more like, older, relaxed, wealthy people hanging out, gathering. Max's Grill can be seen from a few units. One of the units we actually toured, Max's Grill is just at the window where you see all the cars lined up, like the half moon circle. You'll be able to see everybody out there with, music on the weekend, little dancing going on from the older crowd at Max's Grill. And again, if you're looking for somewhere a little bit more peaceful, you might want to choose the rooms that are facing the road to the east of the building, not the one directly on Mizner Park. You may want to people watch, but if you want more peace and quiet, this building is built around the mid 90s. The windows aren't the thickest, the blocks and everything. It's just not the most isolating noise of anywhere that we toured. They have recently remodeled the inside of the actual apartments, but it is an older unit. Now, one of the highlights about this place is that it does have a nice gym, a decent sized gym that you could possibly use. It has a very active pool area. Sometimes you go to these apartment complexes and we toured on a Saturday and some had absolutely nobody at the pool, like nobody's using this pool. This was very active when we toured the place. It was around, I want to say 11 to 12 a.m. on a Saturday. So take that with, you're thinking about the location. You get to see in the video, what type of tenants are there, what they're doing. I would say this place is a little bit more younger on the side of things. When we saw people there enjoying the amenities, they tend to be on a little bit more of the younger side than the other places we saw. You will see that in the video as well. Now they do have like a clubhouse that you have access to. Again, a great location. You're not that far away from a lot of the many amenities of Boca Raton, the downtown area. They have a 24-hour access clubhouse that you can get access to, the gym. So it's not necessarily a bad area. It's not our favorite area that we toured. So with this part, we're going to see some videos of what it looks like inside of the quality of the buildings that are not these over polished pictures that you see online. So you get a realistic expectation of what it's actually like inside the building. Now we got this part of the way. We're actually going to be touring probably one of my favorite buildings. If you're looking for a commercial, straightforward rental location here in Boca Raton, it's gonna be the Palmetto Pomade. So it's right over here. So we gotta go back to Palmetto Park. And right now they do have quite a few units available. So you see about 35 of them. And the floor plans vary greatly. And there's one particular one. You're going to see it in the first unit on the ground floor. They have a very nice styled kitchen island that is just, the layout is just absolutely perfect. If you're on the first floor, you get the taller ceilings. This is a more modern construction building. It is completely isolating from the road. If you're into people watching, you want quiet, you could literally sit on your front porch or whatever they want to call it, patio, and it has a like little gated area that you can watch people if you wanted to. And once you close the door, you don't hear anything. They were actually doing construction on the building, and it's very isolating inside it. You just cuts out all the sound, the noise from the outside. The amenities inside this building were amazing. All the places that we toured, if you are concerned, people who are working with in this video, they had a situation where their mailbox that they got their mail in was actually outside in a parking garage area. This is not the case for any of these buildings. The mailboxes are actually inside, so you don't have to worry about people stealing your mail or packages. This place, they bring the Amazon boxes to your door, and if they're very large packages or they can't deliver them, they have a person who, come down and get your package whenever it's convenient for you. So if you want to make sure you get some of the nicer floor plans in this place, definitely make sure you reach out to me. I work with the leasing office to make sure you can get what you want very quickly, because I have direct communication with them, so it kind of helps things run a little bit smoother than you were just gonna wait on an email for 24 hours for a reply. So getting back to the tour, so we toured the bottom floor, the model of the place. That's probably one of the more desirable 2-bedroom floor plans that are completely rented out in the location. They do have various other floor plans available. It's just not these particular ones. They have like a penthouse situation as well that can go above $5,000 a month. Again, they're completely rented out. Some of these places are very desirable. They have like some other townhomes available as well, if that's what the style you're looking for. The amenities, they have a good sized gym. They do have a Pilates / yoga studio that tenants can book, I believe once a week or something like that. They have somebody come out and they do yoga in there. The pool situation, so if there's anything wrong about this apartment complex, you can see it straight away just from this image from Zillow, that the pool is shaded. So if you want to avoid the sun, if you're worried about skin cancer or getting sunburn, this pool is pretty much shaded, what I hear, throughout the entire year, regardless of what time it is. You can see all the ladies trying to tan are literally fighting for the most northern strip of sunlight that comes in the apartment complex. So again, the amenities are great. It's beautiful. You're gonna see in the videos, but they do have an issue with the pool being shaded. If this is a major turnoff for you, it may not be the best place for you. Now, this place is very pet friendly. We saw a lot of people walking their small little dogs and strollers and whatnot. The age range is, we saw people from all over, all different types of people in this apartment complex, so you don't have to be worried too much about that. It does have a work studio, workplace. If you wanted to work, you can rent off a conference room, computer stations inside the location. The mailbox situation is handled very nicely inside as well. And I would argue this is probably some of the most beautiful modern rentals that you can get in central Boca Raton. If you didn't want to deal with a private party or an independent person, some of these townhomes you can rent are actually beautiful as well. Again, I'm going to have the website right here so you can see a little bit more about this location. Again, your prices are going to be right around, for a 1-bedroom, get them at right around $3,000. And again, it can go very wildly up from there. Definitely check out those fees for this apartment complex. They have tons of fees added on as well. That's not included in their posted rent price. But if you're looking for a place and you can get, high 2000s, low 3s, this could be an amazing place for you to rent. If you're looking for a walkable location that's new, modern, and you're just located near everything. You're so close to the beach. Like you're probably like a 5 to 7 minute walk to the beach. You have some really nice pizza restaurants, cafes right in front of your building. You have literally everything that Boca Raton has to offer right here, and it's in an amazing location. So if you're looking for a walkable place, definitely check out the places that we talked about today. Check them out. Let us know in the comment section which one is your favorite, which one do you like to rent, and if you need help finding a rental in Boca Raton and don't even know where to start, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and I can help guide you in the right direction. If the place doesn't work with real estate agents, that's fine. I can still set you in that direction. But if you do want to work with me, a lot of these places completely pay for any realtor fees that you. So even if the place doesn't work with real estate agents, I don't mind pointing you into their direction as well. But most of these places that are listing places for rent in Boca Raton, a lot of the apartment complexes these days will pay for your real estate agent for their. So if you're thinking about moving Boca Raton, definitely reach out to me. I can help you find, the type of location you could be looking for. If you're not looking for this very walkable area and don't mind being further out, we can put you in a townhome for much, much cheaper in Central Boca, but you just won't have that walkability that some people are looking for. Again, even if they don't work with real estate agents, I don't mind pointing you in their direction. And if they do work with real estate agents, they pay for pretty much all the fees, so you don't have to worry about any real estate agent fees. That's all covered by these apartment complexes as well. If you like this video, you like to see more rental properties, let me know in the comment section. I don't really get much feedback for the rental properties, but I do have some people reaching out trying to find a rental location in Boca. I just feel like there's not that much information currently out there besides all the commercial stuff from the actual apartment complexes as well. So other than that, take care.